I usually don't do this. I used to have a podcast back in 2018. I started. So I was so much more used to this, and it was just normal for me to just interview people and have conversations. But those were always online. And now I want to restart a podcast, but as we grow MYNDtopia. So as we start growing the community, I want them to have access to, like, we can be on the podcast. Like, you're going to share our story of how we met and came to your meetups and stuff like that. So
that would be beautiful, actually.
But I just want to the reason why I wanted to record this and just keep it like real with me and you just connecting. Because number one, the way we connected, I truly believe in energy, and I know that when we connect with a soul, that soul at this point in our life we're supposed to meet.
Absolutely.
And so some people think that's weird, but for me it's like, no, I was always supposed to meet this person at this time in my life.
I think exactly. It's not just thinking, it's just an experience more. I think everything is related to what is meant to be. And we, before we arriving on Earth, on planet Earth, we take an arrangements, let's say. Okay? So we book appointments. So we're still businessmen even in the other world.
Even in the other world.
On a spiritual side, spiritual businessman. So, and people arrive in our life when it's time to maybe do a part of the path of the journey together, maybe sometimes stay longer. And build something, grow, together. Maybe work. Sometimes also working on triggering each other for certain things, for the good things, for the bad thing. To work on them together in a more conscious way.
100%. No, I love that, because the people who know me for a long time now, they always hear me talk about this story about life is a train ride.
Yeah.
And so, people are coming in our life and people are getting off in our life.
Absolutely.
And very few stay till the end of the destination.
Yes.
That's how I see my life as well for the last, coming up to 11 years of my journey now, starting from being super shy Sadiq to this version of me, which is like, everybody's like, whoa, but you're extrovert, you're so confident, you're out there, you're making videos and podcasts and this, and now you're in Dubai and everybody's seeing your Dubai life and they've been like aspiring to go there because they keep seeing your videos every day on your Instagram. But for me, it's like I share that part of my story because I want people to see the real part of me, what I'm going through in real time. Like, for example, we're sitting here right now recording this, right? And what happened? Today is 12th of April, 2026.
Yes.
And my event was supposed to be right here where we're sitting, started at 3:30 p.m. and nobody came. Today. But I love that
when you build something, it takes, that's part of the game, no?
100%.
So it's also important to recognize what life has to offer, and then say, okay, and then trying to shape things around it.
100%, yeah.
And don't get discouraged.
Of course. That's why just after I said that, I was just thinking to myself about a quote that Stephen Bartlett once said. It's so powerful and it just hits home, and it always is the thing that keeps me going. Because the people who know me, they know I persevere and I just keep going, keep showing up, keep going, keep showing up. I fail flat. I get, I get slapped around and punched around in the face, and so many things that I've done in my life that I've made so much mistakes. But the most important thing is this quote that Stephen Bartlett said, which is, embarrassment is the price you have to pay. That's the entry fee for you to be successful.
Yeah, of course.
And most people are not willing to pay it.
And we all, in different fields, we can receive rejection. You can. I'm a musician, so when you try to find a record label, well, all times now, nobody really care anymore about the record labels, but you get rejected or in love, but it doesn't mean that you are not worthy. It means that situation, that person is not the one that will be able to give you value, to recognize your value, to let you grow. And maybe it's all simply is not the right moment. Maybe I wasn't ready in those moments. I'm just taking these as examples. All of us go through these things, rejection of love or something else, or of a job that a dream job. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe life has other plans for us, because sometimes things happen and we find them unfair, to be unfair. But actually, after a couple of years, 2-3 years, looking back, say, whoa, actually, if that would have happened, I wouldn't be here now today, which is actually it's beautiful what I'm doing at the moment. Okay, it happened to me, for example, with the therapies. If I would have been super successful with the music, I wouldn't have started the therapy path at all, helping people. So many people. It's been 10 years now.
Wow.
because especially 11 years ago, I've been doing this project, which should have been super, powerful, and put me out there in the famous music artists, okay? And it didn't happen for different reasons. And of course, I was sad about it. But then I moved back to London, and they gave me, and everything else happened. And I started to teach, I started to see patients, I started to study again, complementary therapies. And then since then, I've been able to help so many people. And then last year, I opened this place, which I didn't plan it. But it's also, I think life is also about following the journey that sometimes, most of the time, is the one also we plan, but also our soul sometimes has other plans. And sometimes we persevere on one side only, and we don't open up to life and what life has to offer, which can be slightly different, but can bring you to the same point, but in a different way. And sometimes we are unable to see the different way. We want to have it our way. And a lot of people are struggling with this, in my opinion, because of this, because of not being open to life and following signals as well of life. The people we met, as we said before, it's not random. Things are happening for us to get together and create a community, because that's what the world needs the most at the moment, because we lost that.
I want to pick your brain on this, because this is the best piece of right now in this conscious world, right now in what we're going through and the transition of the energies in the world that we live in today. Share a little bit about what you think, maybe number one, why you think community is so powerful and why it's needed right now more than ever before. And also, off of that question of why it's necessary for people to find community, how do you find the right one? Because there's too many out there, right? And this is the challenge I see so many people.
Yeah, that's a good question. And maybe it's not about finding the right people. It's about understanding that we are all the same, and we are not so different after all. So, and I think this is about going beyond our fears, beyond our beliefs, because we live in a duality, It's in our world, everything is dual. It's like there is black and white, religion and science, I don't know, right or wrong, even, love and hate. It's all duality. If you are I don't know, anti-vax and pro-vax, everything it looks like it needs to be either one side or the other. But we are here to build bridges, okay? We need to become ourselves a bridge. That's how I see it, at least. A bridge in between different realities. So connecting two sides, okay? In between black and white, there are not just, shades of gray. There are a lot of colors as well. Okay.
As you can see, guys.
As you can see,
he loves his lights and his colors.
So, but sometimes we get stuck in our mind, in our beliefs, and we are afraid of questioning our beliefs. And this is what brings closure, and it's an aggression as well, because I reject your point of view. There's not opening anymore. And nowadays, in particular, this is worrying me a little bit. It looks like you cannot have a different opinion. It's either white, and if I say, well, I don't really like the white, they go, oh, so you're black. I said, no, but you said you don't like white. Sure, but there is so much more in between. Why do I have to, being stuck in a box? So that's why what community means to me, opening up to different people, but finding common grounds, not on everything, because that's impossible, but being open to question your beliefs, maybe to let go of certain beliefs that are no longer needed, and to open up and base your life on experience, direct experience of something, instead of believing in something. Even science nowadays became a belief. I believe in science. Which is the opposite. Sounds like is doubt. Is based on doubt, questioning, doing research.
Theory,
So it's totally, there's nonsense, okay? And we saw it with what happened in the last few years. So we really, I think it's urgent that we find our way to do things, but also doing experience ourselves. Because I can say, okay, I don't believe in water. You can't say you don't believe in water. You use the water every day, so it's a direct experience. And it's the same with everything else. You can do it. Then, after you've done experience, you can say, okay, that okay, but that doesn't resonate with me. And that's different though than saying, oh, I don't believe in it. Okay? That's how we change things, in my opinion. Okay, and that's what I do, because I do also particular stuff. I teach people how to read the aura, the energy fields around our body, our physical body, because we have a body, but we are not our body. We are much more than that.
Yeah.
And we are made of emotions, or a psychological side, and energetic side as well. And nobody's telling us a spiritual side and physical also.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all part of the same thing. We're not machine that, you need to change the oil. Everything is connected. I work a lot with the emotional reasons behind problems, because the physical body is showing us symptoms that are warning sign, an indicator of something else. So you can research the cause of it and what triggered it, and that's behind that. There's an emotion, there are just trauma, there is a wound. Okay, so we are more than that, and also we vibrate differently. Okay, and so we have different vibration for that. We're going like in different topics now, but that's what came. You have to think of it, because it seems like quite sci-fi, but it's very practical.
Yeah.
Very practical. I mean, I work with chakras, nowadays as well, there's a lot of, it's almost a little trend, being like, new age thing. It's not, it's very real, and you can touch a chakra, you can see it. We can all do it. It's not because I'm special or anything. You can see your aura. There are different auras. Some are easier to see. You have to think of it like a vibration. The physical matter is dense. You can touch it. Okay, it's quite, solid. And the others are like, they vibrate differently, so in a subtle way. Okay, so, and there are different levels of vibrations. It's like your phone. If you take a physical phone, okay, like the physical body, let's say, of the mobile phone is the phone itself, but the way it works is not physical. You don't see it. There are waves going, up. It's the same thing. We are all like this. Even in our human form, we are transmitters and receivers of different signals. And all these signals we have a body for each aspect of ourselves. Our emotional side, our mental side, energetic, spiritual, etc. Okay? And they are all together. It's not they are different. We are all of this at the same time. And it's very concrete. So say like this, I'm telling you, so you can believe me or not, going back to the beliefs. But if you do your own experience, I teach you, you can, like I did before, you can see your aura and say, whoa, actually, it's there.
I saw something colorful.
Maybe at the beginning you don't know what it is, but then you explore, and if you like, otherwise no, but at least the experience stays with you. It's not a belief you're adhering to, it's not somebody imposed you anything. That's the way because we are bombarded with information every day, with social media, with internet, with AI. Everybody's saying everything, and everybody say the opposite of the other person. So how we can understand who to believe?
And then things are also being manipulated in what's being
massively, especially by the mainstream media.
Yeah.
So what is the way to understand what to do, how to move? But by feeling what resonates really inside of ourselves, what feels right. By doing our own experience with things, by playing with things, because life is also a game. Okay. Sometimes we take things too seriously, and playing with things doesn't mean diminishing the importance of something if someone is suffering, but it also means reconnecting with the higher purpose of the soul. Okay, why I'm here, why this is happening to me. It seems to be unfair, and maybe there's a reason. And sometimes we don't think that things that happen to us, they are not just happening to us. They involve all the other people around us. For example, if you have a fight with somebody, like on a legal stuff, that also involves that person and their story with their wounds. It's not random. Everything is happening in a certain way.
Yeah, you're right.
The limit is our mind most of the time, and our beliefs, because we let the fear, we let the discouragement, we let the certain blockages that we have to win over the compassion and the recognizing that the other person is another person like us, with his wound, with his baggage, with a childhood that could have been traumatic, So it's about the way to go out of it and to build a proper community, to go back to the main core of the question, is to recognize that we are all going through the same things. But the difference is to stop reacting when triggered. Okay? Or at least, if we are unable to stop reacting, at least start to observe.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, self-awareness, working on ourselves. Observing our reaction, observing, okay, even after it happened. So it's about going beyond judgment as well, okay? So I said, okay, I reacted that way. That was why. Why that person triggered me so much? What that remind me of? You know, and maybe you find an episode when you were at school and your classmates were bullying you or something. Because that's how we're made. We are built this way, and nobody's teaching us. Nobody's teaching us that we have access to energy, that we can do many things.
True.
And so it's about rediscovering that human side of us, but also our divine part, and put everything together with the limitation of our personality.
Of course, and that's the key, I think, reminder to just for us to be conscious of is. There's limitations to our human experience.
Yes.
You know, so there's like, as a performance coach, I teach clients like how to optimize mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and like every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
I call it the 10 ascensions. But for us to grow in all of these 10 ascensions, we must come back to what you said, which I love the key word you keep mentioning about experience.
Yes.
That's, for me, community equals experience. It's collective gathering. Together, we cry.
Exactly.
Together, we laugh.
Exactly.
Together, we enjoy. Together, we eat. And there's blessings in that.
And also, it's an important part of the human experience because we are made to be in group.
Tribes.
And instead, we're living in a society that has like the highest level of isolation and loneliness. Okay, this is crazy. And that's, well, I don't want to be polemic, but that's, of course, induced as well. Like that's planned in a way, you know? And that's why, for example, with what happened recently, you know, like social distancing, it's all, you know, pushing you that's the safest way. But how we can stop living completely? That's ridiculous.
It's true.
What happened? But what will happen again? Because it's always an emergency. There could be the war, it could be a virus, it could be something else, economic,
it's constant
collapsing. But it's always fear. Okay, we need to go beyond fear. It doesn't mean rejecting fear. It needs acknowledging. Of course, fear is there. It's part of our experience.
100%,
Is there. Okay, you recognize I'm scared. Cool. What you going to do with that fear? Do you let it manipulate your life? How can you stop living your life because you're afraid that you're going to die? You're going to die anyway at some point, no? We're
going to die.
So
you're going to die too.
That's a good message we're launching here today.
100%. You're going to die, like Gary Vee says. You got one life.
The point is, what you do with that fear, what you do with that could be actually a good thing to let you go beyond, you know, to let you grow up and go beyond your limits, trying to test yourself, try to do something with different level of, you know, you have to feel comfortable in doing that. But it takes time, but it takes a work on ourselves. That's essential. Nowadays,
100%.
we can't escape. That's why so many young people are on antidepressant, and because there's no, it looks like there's no sense, there's no more, the life makes no sense anymore.
Yeah, they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel because they just think the tunnel is dark, finished.
Yeah, but it's not, we are light, pure light.
We are, honestly.
And we don't know. We act like we are little zombies.
Yeah.
We need to change that. Hopefully, that's my aim. That's with what I do, with the music I do as well. Music has this power, no, to go beyond beliefs, beyond our mind. It just penetrates in. It goes directly to the heart, especially with the frequency I use in 42 hertz, which has been changed. I don't know if you know about this.
I heard something about please share more about the hertz and the energy.
Basically, during Nazism, the frequency of the musical instruments, the standard tuning, has been changed from 42 hertz, which is a natural rhythm of life, like the sound of the birds singing, the sound of the water, to 440 hertz, which is a frequency that resonates at very mental level. And so all the music that you hear, most of the music that you hear, is recorded in 440 Hz. That's the standard. Even nowadays in the orchestra, they are going to 442, 444. It's too much. It's creating anxiety. It's creating alertness, the sensation of
Panic,
being always alert, and which is resonates with what they are spreading and the information that they're saying, and the war and the emergency we talked about before. So 42 Hz goes straight to the heart, communicating with the soul. I mean, if music is beautiful, of course it's gonna communicate also for 40, but it is a different frequency of connection. And I mean, maybe one day I'll show you.
No, you're gonna play now.
No, now, but I can make a video maybe showing you a 440 if I play the same note, and then a 432.
Okay.
So again, you do the experience. It's not a belief, because even on this topic, there's so much. There are people that will attack me and say, "Oh, you didn't believe in these things. This is ridiculous. It's not scientific." It's all these scientific things. What is science? How do you know? What I see with the aura and the thing I see, when I look at the aura of a person, it's a big responsibility. I can see everything. I don't do it this lightly. I do it, as part of as a therapeutic process only, okay, not for curiosity. Now you can see the person is being abused when they were younger. If you can see like little clips from their life, like a YouTube. I know it's weird.
Did you see my clips?
I don't invade you like your.
But if you wanted to, could you?
If you give me consent only.
Okay.
And also the proper auric reading is done in a room which is completely dark.
So it has
just
to be
a small
something...
light underneath.
So you can't, like when you're just walking, because I'm just thinking as you were saying that, can you just, you've seen those clips on social media where people are walking with their phones and you just see like this kind of hieroglyphic coming out. So I'm thinking, when you're walking around outside or when you're on the train, can you just like see someone over there sitting and on top of their head is like a little channel, like they're crying? They just broke up and
I could. So it's not like that, but it's a different level. It's not like a clip, but it could be. Sometimes you see past lives as well. And again, it's not you believe in past life. No, I see them, and it's always accurate what I see. I mean, I can see something also at the physical level. For example, I said, from what I see in the aura, you have problems with the digestive. This happened to you, or you have a cyst here. I say, how do you know? And people are like, because you see them. So it's not about diagnosing, because there's a holistic therapist you cannot diagnose.
Yeah.
So that's not what I'm saying. But it is another reality. It doesn't mean that it's the reality only, okay? Yeah. Because that's the other mistake. It seems like, again, black and white. It's not this, it's not that, so what it is? Something else.
Yeah.
Which it
kind of reminds me of like the Marvel films, of the timelines. Like it's happening at the same time, but it's like this year and this time.
But
if you
think all our life is like this, now we're talking here, and this is our reality, okay? And even a perception of reality is different, because I'm looking at the door and I can tell you, in this reality there's a door, and you look in this way, and you can say, what are you saying? There's no door.
There's no door.
No, there's a door. Because my perception is now I'm seeing a door that is there, and you see something different. That's how life is about, interpretation of reality. And then we need to find the ability to question ourselves and to be open enough to, you know what, let me turn this way. Oh, now I see what you see. At least try, and nobody's doing this.
Yeah.
And we start fighting instead. And this is...
it's so true. Like you reminded me of a story I got so deep into a few years ago about like how what you just said is literally every single one of our lives. Is just imagine like a bowl.
Yeah.
Or let's imagine like a mug. Let's imagine like some kind of I have a Dubai mug at home. So just because I miss Dubai energy. I'm here in London now, but I want to bring something with me that reminds me of my soul home, as I like to call it. So let's just imagine my Dubai mug, right? Imagine it's see-through. It's got the logo and it's got Dubai and it's got all the Burj Khalifa and all the energy of Dubai in this mug, but it's see-through. Okay, but outside of the mug, it says clearly Dubai soul home, Sadiq soul home. Okay, I can see it from this side, from the outside. I can see it says Sadiq's Dubai life, soul home. But if you're inside of the mug, you don't see the sign from outside. And it all is connected to travel. It's all connected to coming out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
It's all connected to doing something new that you've never experienced before. And it comes back to experience, right? Because when you travel and you come out of that Dubai mug, and then you suddenly look at the mug and you see the Burj Khalifa and you see what I can see, your mind and everything in your consciousness expands.
Absolutely.
And most people never expands because they just see the
but
9 to
because
5 job.
we don't think, we're not educated, nobody's teaching us. So
Exactly.
we need to go. These things belong to human being. That's how we are made. But nobody's telling us. They let us think that we are just, people that you can control and you need to do standard things and that's it. We are much more than that.
It's because the education system is teaching all of us to be workers.
To be slaves.
To be slaves.
That's what it is.
Pretty much.
It's an enslavement.
That's the first book I read.
In the Toltec tradition, which was an ancient population, they call it the collective dream of humanity. You are trained, you adhere to beliefs, and even the way they train us, as kids, it's like animals. Yeah. If we do something good, we need to behave. If we do something good, sweets. I'll buy you the cake. If you do something bad, we're no dinner, go in your room.
So back then,
like punishment. And that's how it is. And we grow up following the beliefs of our father, our mother, the religion, but we never, when is that we're going to start asking, okay, does this really, because maybe there are something that belong to, resonate with us, even with religion or something else, said, oh, okay, actually, I like it. Even if it's not I took it, but I chose this life anyway. So this is part of it. Because before we arrive here, we choose our parents, we choose our everything, the scenario, the city, based on what we need to learn, what we need to grow. Normally, that's how it works. But the problem is that we forget that we all have our own reality. And sometimes we have the presumption to think that our reality is the reality. And so if you question it, or if you say something different, there's not that openness that it should be. And while we are interpreting reality our way based on our wounds, we live life differently. If we are in love, everything looks fine. The biggest problem that was taking your mind so much becomes something, oh, it's fine. Yeah. But if you are so much in that worry, in that moment, and we overthink about it, that becomes your reality, and that's all you can see in that moment. So again, it's about what do you want, what we want to do with things. We get scared, we get angry, but what we're going to do with it. If we stop reacting and start taking actions, which is different, because reacting, you're following
exactly
a trauma from the past has been triggered. Okay, something that has been triggered. Maybe again, your mother that was saying something when you were 8 years old, or while you're taking actions about, first of all, you observe your reaction if you have any, and then you decide to do something about it, okay?
So let's say someone's watching this video right now out there, and they resonate with what you're saying, they understand what you're saying, they know, what you're saying makes sense to them.
Yeah.
But they are going through something very hard. They are going through a mental health challenge. They're going through depression, anxiety. They have to live off pills. They have to live off the modern medication when you're big into holistic health and holistic medicine. That person, let's just think of that one avatar, that one human out there that's really suffering right now. What would your biggest intention, your advice, your guidance, your love, your support, your light, what would that be for them to come slowly out of that way of...
Well, I've been that person.
Okay.
Okay, I've always been ill in my life, and I grew up in hospitals, from hospital to hospital, and I was telling you, off camera, that I've been at some point when I was 20, and I've been through a lot since then already. But when I was 20, I've been diagnosed with this incurable disease in my throat. They told me I would have never been able to sing anymore, and I was studying music at that time. But then again, if I use that as an example, and again, it's not that I'm special or anything, I'm just another person here. That situation, of course, gave me depression, anxiety, but at a certain point, it was the start of my journey. Because thanks to that, because I couldn't accept what the normal medicine world was telling me, because I wanted to sing, and there was no way I would have changed my mind. thanks to that, I discovered that there's another form of medicine, which I didn't know, because nobody taught me. I grew up in a very small city in the middle of nowhere in Italy. That wasn't the reality. Okay, again, we're going back to realities. And thanks to that, it took me 1.5 years, but I healed. I released 5 albums as a singer-songwriter, and I played many concerts. And now my voice is used to heal other people, because that's what I do with healing sound that I do with my voice. So again, I'm not special. It took hard work it's not just, okay, heal me, you know. We have also this misconception, I think, because we think, first of all, when we are ill or when we're going through something, we think that it's unfair. We think that we are the victim, but we are not. And this was what made me angry. When I read a book that was saying that I was creating my reality, I found it to be very unfair. But this lady's crazy. I mean, I'm going through all this, can I say shit?
Yeah, well, say whatever you need.
And this lady is telling me it also, I'm creating it. What? So this is completely unfair. I'm the victim here. I'm not. I mean, now I know, but at that time, that young person, that was me, I was so angry with this person telling him, you know. But then that was the start of my journey. Because after a week, I went back to that book and read it in a different way. And that was the starting point. Because the whole point of what I'm trying to say is that we need to take responsibility of our life. Things are not happening by chance, as we said at the beginning. They're happening because we chose to come here to experience certain things. And certain things can be very hard to go through. There's no question about it. But if we start to research why this is happening to us, okay, even every disease, every condition, every moment that we live, it's a word, as I said before, it's a message from our body, okay? It becomes physical, but it happens in a subtle bodies first. That's why you can see it, because it becomes more and more dense until it materializes in the physical world. So you can be prevented. How? By working on our reactions, working on analyzing our life, going back to our trauma, going back to our wounds, recognizing them, and start to do something about it. Taking responsibility of our life, in my opinion, the way I see it, response ability. No? The ability to respond to a situation. Instead of be the victim of a situation, we do something about the situation. Okay, so we manifest our power. Is an action. It's not a reaction, it's an action. Okay, it's a bit of playing with words, but
I love it, yeah.
Because sometimes responsibility seems like a bad word. Oh, I need to do like a duty. Yeah. No, it's a powerful word.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Okay, so we need to go back to the meaning as well of our language, and that's so. What I will say to this person is, start to work maybe with at the beginning when we are already so physical, something is already manifested physically. We need the help of somebody else, like a therapist maybe. I do Ascension healing, for example, but there are some other formal therapies that help massively on these things. With Ascension healing, we go to research what happened in the life of the person, and we find the pattern. The person said, oh, how do you know that this happened to me? And then thanks to that, they become aware that things that happen in their life are not random. They're actually, sometimes when you go to explore in this way, people realize, oh God, I'm reliving the same story over and over in different forms, different people, different cities. And the same thing happened that makes me feel in the same way and make me think the same way about me. It could be, I don't know, the emotion could be anger, and the thought could be I'm not enough, or I'm rejected because I'm not enough. And it's the same pattern with different scenarios at work, with partners, with different city, you know, because that's your story. Wherever you go, it will stay with you.
Yep.
And you're not the victim of it. So we can do something about it. That's the good news. It takes time. Sometimes not much, sometimes long time. But at the beginning, we need a bit of help. But then we acquire tools. A good therapist will not heal you. Okay, that's my experience, at least. Will give you tools to heal yourself. Will teach you how to do it.
I'll even add on to that, like not even just a therapist, because even me as a coach,
good coach,
I
exactly.
never ever tell people what to do.
Exactly.
We are the light. we are holding the lantern.
Absolutely.
And we are going and leading. And through
Absolutely.
our actions and through our experiences, we're sharing and
Yes.
guiding. And they learn.
But
and they
that's something that, because that's something very, it's a very important topic, because we live, I mean, now I think we're coming out of it, but we live in a society of gurus.
Yeah.
Even it could be the politician, it could be the priest, it could be the, there is always somebody that we need to, like, heal me. To say to somebody, heal me, or I don't know, is giving all our power to another person.
Yeah.
It's not that. We need to do, it's not even the opposite. There are so many things in between, different levels of doing this, but to find our own, what works for us. But again, not following blindly people. People can be guides, okay? You're a coach, I'm a therapist, we can be there for people, but we cannot do the job for other people. We can walk together, but I cannot walk your path, okay? That's not, that wouldn't even be useful for you, because you're not going to learn anything. It's like, I do your own work for you.
You're just a big kid. I'm just like spoon feeding you and hold my hand and
And again, the ability to respond to situation is about learning as well how to deal with things. And things that before were giving you anxiety, then will not anymore, at different levels, gradual, step by step. Like you said, you were super shy. I was super shy. The first time I was on stage, even if I wanted to sing anymore, I was like this. There was the microphone, there was the people, and I was singing my stuff, didn't say any word. Now I'm, of course, the emotion is there, but you learn how to deal with it. Actually, you learn how to use the emotion to communicate even more what you want to say. It's scary to go on a stage.
It is. Did you know? I'm not sure if you know, but like any form of stage, specifically when it comes to public speaking, is the world's #1 fear.
Absolutely.
More than death. People are rather die than like be put on a stage like this and like sing your life away.
But
talk about something.
What is the fear behind it? Is judgment.
100%. And this is why, like in my life, that was the key. The day that Sadiq asked himself, like, Sadiq, why do you give a crap about what they think about you?
Exactly.
Stop. I had to turn that button off, trigger it, switch it off in my mind. And that day changed my life.
And once you go, you use that as a fuel. Again, you're not
100%.
rejecting it. But you don't let it ruin your life.
Yeah.
You're not letting it governing your life. Okay, that's the difference. And it's a simple one, but it's not easy. Easy and simple are not the same thing.
100%.
Again, let's go back to the wording, okay? But it could be simple. It could be. It is about training ourselves step by step. We make mistakes, but we fall, we stand up again. It's not this famous sink or swim. If you fall in the water, okay, fall in the water and the victim, you go down, goodbye. Okay, instead, this is the situation. What I do? Shall I swim? I wrote a song about, because in the Shadow, I think it's an Italian song, but that's where I talk about these things, because it's not about shadows. Is part of life, but as soon as you switch a light on, it's okay. But in the meantime, sometimes we lose hope and we lose the trust that there is a light, because all we can see is darkness. Sometimes there are certain moments in life that can be very difficult. It's about reconnecting to that trust. And I think the opposite of fear is trust. I ended up with this conclusion.
Nice.
Because when we trust life, it's not about trusting, again, a guru coming to saving, the aliens coming to save us, or Jesus, or whatever it could be, which are all important figures, even the aliens. Say whoever is watching at the moment.
Hi, aliens.
I'm one
flame.
as well.
You will love it.
But it's about really finding the strength to reconnect to that part of our soul. We are not just a body. Again, our soul decided to be here in this moment. So let's trust that. Let's trust that there is a higher plan, that there is a, and life as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
then
I
universe
always
takes
say
care
that.
as well.
I always say that, yeah, trust the master plan. And they're always like, what's the master plan? It's whatever you wish it to be, but it's your intuition that's guiding you there.
That's
It's not someone else's,
there is a beautiful
dictations.
book. I don't know if you read it, like Celestine Prophecy.
Oh, I've heard of it. I haven't.
It's a very beautiful book that talks about these things. When you tune in with this tuning to life, you start to see signals and know where to go and know what to do. Okay. Sometimes other people can find you crazy, but it's actually part of the journey.
It is. You just have to follow the signs. But most people are skipping the signs, or they don't even consciously see the signs. They're just in la la land, as I call it.
Sometimes you see them, and your gut is telling you, "Oh, this is the choice I can make." But because everybody's going another direction, oh, this is what everybody does. I need to do this.
Yeah.
And then it always ended up wrong.
And I always feel, and I like building a community for over a year now. I've learned that because I'm always around different types of humans.
Yeah.
So many of them, and every city you go to has different people. In this January 2026, I was in Italy. And I've met so many incredible people having food, going beach, making content.
CoachSadiq.
I just see so many different types of people. And some people like smoking, drinking. Like the other people, just foodies. They just want to eat food, dessert.
Well, it's Italian. We are all foodies.
They're amazing food.
It's all about food.
It was good food. Pistachio everywhere.
I love pistachio.
But
in Sicily, you've been in Sicily.
Yeah, in Sicily.
Pistachio.
It was the home of pistachio. Even the pizza, I think, probably will have pistachio.
No, in my cities, I'm more about.
I've never seen so much pistachio.
And a lot of other different things.
But the blood orange juice. So that was special. But but my point is, like, when you travel to these different cities, humans are humans.
But you open up to different. That's what gives you openness. Traveling, you discover. Going back to what we said before, different way of living, different way of thinking, different way of see things. So you challenge. You're challenged to see realities, or at least to accept there are different ways to see realities. If we go back to what we said before.
100%. It's like, for example, one of the biggest things.
So it opens your mind.
Yeah, it just opens your mind. It expands everything. A simple example is like these mobile phones that they're watching us on right now.
Yeah.
They're all just there, swipey. I didn't tell you the story on the day that I came to see the studio.
Okay.
The 1 week, it was exactly that same day. Like, was it 1 week ago or a week and a half ago?
Yeah.
That same day, I jumped on the overground. I was coming. There's a guy sitting next to me here. And I don't normally I check sometimes my messages on my phone and stuff, but I just have something I'm listening to and I'm just like, I observe. I'm an observer.
You mean my albums?
Yeah. His album, check it out, it's coming out soon. Oh, it's come out soon. It's come out, link in bio. But like the thing is, these humans that we're amongst today, I think one of the biggest things that has really like corrupted and destructive people's minds
is the mobile phone.
Is the social media, is the mobile phone. Because this guy, Antonello, he was sitting next to me on his phone. No. But the funny thing was, he was like, his phone is there and it's TikTok. And you just swipe and you're watching it. Right? What do? We watch a little bit of something. If it's not interesting, we swipe.
Yeah.
But this guy was so cooked in his brain that he was swiping whilst he's looking around.
Oh, wow.
So he wasn't even...
That is
he wasn't even... That is a different level of malad and madness, because he was like looking around at like suspicious activities around him and swiping.
Manipulated in many ways, let's say, okay? And it's all made with the purpose of letting us forget our divine nature, that we are more than just people with no sense in life. Why we are here, we don't know. We don't even ask anymore. Why we're here on this planet, why we are on a planet, what is the universe. We don't think about this thing. We just go, okay, we are treated as slaves, as like useless. We are much more than that. And I think that's what needs to be, to change, And all these tools could be, again, an opportunity, are not the devil, but it could be an opportunity. There are tools. It's like a knife. I can use it to cook a delicious dinner or to kill somebody.
Yeah.
But the knife itself is not negative, okay?
No,
so we're using the mobile phone to talk to people about probably crazy stuff, but we're using it for a good thing, at least trying to do a good thing.
We hope it's recording as well.
So hopefully, otherwise it would be a good way to get to know each other a bit more. And but you can use it in a different, like I don't use TikTok or these kind of things, but the point is not about stopping to use something, or the same could be said for AI or this kind of thing. It could be useful, but it will never replace
Human connection.
What I found crazy is the level of excitement that people have for these things. They said, "Oh, it's gonna be AI." Well, what is AI?
Yeah, I know.
There's so many things. Go in a field and see a butterfly taking the nectar from I don't know, a dandelion or a Buddleia davidi flower.
No,
which
they
is so
can't
beautiful.
even. They can't even
That's
focus
life.
on that. Yeah.
That is life. Is around you. It's not here. Sometimes it's useful because you see, oh, there's a nice picture.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes
it needs to be moderate and also, you know, again, it's not about being against something or pro.
It's about finding the harmony.
Finding a harmony, a bridge in between the two worlds, the many worlds that are part of the existence, I would say.
For sure.
And there are so many realities that we don't know. We are here talking, and we don't know anything about skating. At least I don't. But there are, in this moment that we are here, there will be people under a bridge that are skating, and all they know, their own reality is changing the wheels of the little thing, putting a sticker. That's their own reality. That it's a reality that we don't even know.
Yeah.
That's just an example that now came into my
Or some of them are at home gaming, or some of them are at parties, or some of them are in some shisha lounge. Like everybody just in their own la la land.
Collectors of something that we don't even know
Pokemon cards.
And Pokemon, catching Pokemon.
That was another moment of time that we experienced in our lifetime when Pokemon Go came out, and everybody's walking into the road trying to catch something. Like that was the moment I realized
they were screwed.
Did you have that? Did you have that game?
No.
I was probably one of the only people I know that never got it. I never downloaded it.
One of my students has it. But again, if you use it, I play video games. I grew up playing video games. They also have been very useful in a particular moment of my adolescence, where I was going through difficult moments, and there was a way to go out of reality, because that's what it is in the end. You go out of the real. It's still a simulation what we're living, but at least we can interact with it. While these devices are bringing, at that time, at my time, because I'm old, there was a Game Boy. It was a Game Boy, and
we had that.
Or like Game Boy, Commodore, or
Nintendo 97,
whatever. Yeah, and it's fun. But again, even these video games can be used to as an occasion to bring people together. No, it's a community. If you 100%. Play like games together, Mario Kart
Call of Duty
together.
Addict. I don't know about you. I was Call of Duty addict. I used to love Black Ops Zombies and Call of Duty. But on exactly what you just shared on that note, I played those games because there were 6 of my friends playing together.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a team bonding game. So we're on the Bluetooth. Hey, bro, go that way. So we're humaning. Is our way of socializing,
absolutely,
but in the reality,
in different ways,
in the fake reality.
There's nothing wrong. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not the tool itself. It's how we use it. Okay?
Exactly.
Sometimes it can be useful to play video game. I mean, why not?
Switch your mind off.
Exactly. Sometimes we need to go out of our mind because we are machine that overthinking. It's constant. So we need a break. There are some useful tools like meditation. I teach a meditation and sound healing class, but it's not that we can go to meditation. We can do ourselves a meditation. It's not a technique. It's just learning about how to tune in with our higher self.
Yeah,
because that's the. It's not about a location, or of course here at Prana Voice we're trying to put together different things, and the energy of the space. I mean, for whoever is here in Paris, you can feel it, but. You can do these things, again, there are tools that are not just happening here that you can bring at home with you and you do your own experience.
What's one like small tool somebody can practice to just calm their mind down? And maybe something that you would recommend that's not the typical like breathe, deep breathing and stuff like that, because that's what they all hear from everybody, right? Meditate for 5 minutes, deep breathing, do a mindful walk.
There are 2 or 3 things that come into my mind. One, the first thing for some reason is observe if you have an animal like a pet, or if you have access to whatever place where there are animals, observe the animals for a few minutes. And that's why it came into my mind. I forgot about this, it just came. Once, it was a very stressful day. It was super stressful day. I was so overwhelmed by things, and I was running to come here because there was an event and I needed to do things. And I was super stressed. I said, I was questioning things, because then when you are in that state of mind, you start to question and say, wow, I'm doing this. And then I passed by this location where we are. It's nearby a canal, the Regent's Canal in London. And to come here, you have to outside the tube. You have to cross a bridge, okay? And that bridge, you can see the canal. And I was just running in my mind. I didn't even, I was aware of the cars. I had a look at the street lights, but I wasn't here, okay? And by passing on a bridge, and I had just a quick look on the canal, and there was a little dark, like forming circles in the water, and everything was so calm. And it was like somebody hit me, like it slapped me in the face, like, wake up. Yeah. This is life. This is a reality. That is in your mind. You're too much in your mind. And I was like, whoa. And I stayed there. It was 30 seconds. I changed completely my mood, my perception of life, everything. So nature has this power, because it gives us back the simplicity of life. As humans, we complicate simple things. Mm-hmm. So first, get out of your mind with nature. The second, I will recommend sound. Either you can do some sound, or you can listen to particular music. And again, this is not a way to promote what I do, but there is a song that I received. Again, it's not me. I've been a channel, which is called Awake, that has this ability to kind of get you out of your mind, raise your vibration, and kind of create a space around, like a bubble, when you can open up and come back to see life again. And that works. This is just an example, but if you have a Tibetan bowl, for example, do a bit of sound healing, or listen to something, but be careful what you find on YouTube with the frequency, because that also manipulates, unfortunately. These are the
we
two.
will link his stuff somewhere underneath this video, so you will
I mean,
check his stuff out.
It's not that you have to buy it. Nowadays everything is for free on YouTube, but if when you're stressed, you stop for a second. First of all, you sit down and you say, okay, take a deep breath, because that's breathing is part of what we are. You do this, feel the vibration. That's already a big thing. If you're able to sing, you can do a bit of humming as well, like because that helps to relax our brain. The sound of the M, it helps the brain waves. Okay. And then if you are able to sing, you can also sing something maybe like a classic Om. I do something different. I do Amn, which is a sound that comes from the Essene tradition. But no. Do you want me to do it? Like now,
go for it.
With the Tibetan bowl together, like a combo.
Together.
Why not?
Wow.
I don't know if you can feel
I don't know if they felt it, but I felt that. I felt like...
So that creates a space. That creates a space that bursts the bubble around us when we are in our mind. Okay, sound has this power. This is in 432 Hertz as well as my guitar. It's not just the sound, also the quality of the sound, but we don't have everything always with us. We use what we can, what we find. So there are also some medicine plants, herbs that you find everywhere that you can use. Like if you have a melissa, like lemon balm, you go rub a leaf and you smell it, or lavender. My cat loves to do that, for example. He goes to rub himself.
What if you're like me and you get allergies?
Allergies from what?
Being out in plants, hay fever.
It depends, because allergies come from, that goes back to the thing I work on as a therapist.
Inside of the body.
allergies can be part of something else, like your story. They're not necessarily, it's a reaction of your body.
Yeah.
But there are different plants that are not just flowers that you can use in that case. But if you want to go deep,
I'm gonna pick your brain at some point. I was telling my mom actually a few days ago. As soon as, like, when I'm in Dubai, in that space, I know it's a very like air polluted space out there in the desert. Everybody knows that the air pollution is bad there. But the one thing when I'm there personally is I don't have any health issues. Like I don't have my allergy issues.
So you don't have allergy.
But
if you have them here, but not there,
the day I landed back here, the sniffles, tissues out, the cold, the air.
So
the plants,
it probably is not the flowers, it is what they're spraying in the sky. Because I don't know if you noticed, but there's like geoengineering constantly. Our sky are being sprayed by these airplanes, and they normally form like a cross. And it's not a conspiracy theory; it's very visible. Just look up. No, there was a movie. No, also look up.
Look up
with DiCaprio, and it was beautiful, a brilliant movie. I don't know if you watched it.
I've seen it.
So it's quite evident, and now they admit it also in the mainstream media. We've been doing it since 1940 something. I said, cool. So far, you called us conspiracy theory. You can see it, and then these lines, they start to become like a little cloud obscuring the sunlight, which is life for us, for the plants, for everybody, and releasing chemicals, which there are also, being studied, examined, and there are very heavy metals, very, very dangerous for our health. But they put it, it's not just the sky, they put it in our water.
Of course.
So again, we're not victims though. So again, what do we do with this? We learn how to raise our vibration, because if we raise our vibration, our physical body will be less affected. There are some remedies like dandelion, for example, tincture or nettle. Now it's everywhere. Cook it, like take it, like nettle. Use gloves if you use nettle, because otherwise it's stingy.
They also say to sting yourself with nettle as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say if you see nettle plant, if I sting myself every day, like on that nettle plant and like get stung, then that something injects into my skin and it heals,
that's very interesting.
It heals me.
You know that there've been research about the poison in the bee.
No.
That is able to heal cancer. Yes.
No, I didn't hear it. No.
Yes.
Wow.
So in the past, all this and we are made of frequency and sound. Sound can deactivate viruses. Sound can levitate objects. Sound can do a lot of stuff. Okay, and we are made of water. 75% of our body is made of water. Physical body is made of water. 75% of our planet is made of water. That's why we're not so different from the planet. We are part of it. We're not the rulers of the world, as we think. And sound has a deep impact on water. Okay, if you do like if you throw a stone or if you do a sound, there are waves going through. Okay, so that's why sound healing is so important. It can change the things from the inside.
Yeah, because it's rippling affecting the water inside. Yeah, wow.
Yes, and there are particular frequencies that they do certain things as well. So there are so many
much miracles and blessings and like.
So we need to do a regular podcast, I guess.
We're gonna have to start. This is probably the beginning of like the Prana Voice podcast.
And then we can open to questions. Do you have any question apart from the comments like, oh, you guys are crazy? We know that. I'm happy to be.
Yeah.
If this is the normality, I'm happy to be.
If you've been still watching till now, and you're like thinking we're crazy or you don't
maybe now we get the right audience.
Yeah. Who knows who's going to find this?
After 1 hour.
But if there was any value, like, subscribe, do all of that stuff. And honestly, let him know and let myself know if there's anything that you found curious or you're not sure of or you don't really understand or whatever, like just leave it in the comments, reach out to, all our details will be under the video anyway.
So. We grow by, challenging, trying to understand each other, making questions. That's how we grow. It's not a bad thing. Because nowadays it looks like if you ask questions, you shouldn't. How dare you?
But the main
this is the narrative. I told you the sky is purple. The sky is purple.
And you must believe it.
Actually, it's blue. No, it's purple. Oh, you are
non-purple,
non-purple, I don't know.
Yeah.
Activist. No, it's just blue.
I know.
It's
nowadays there's like a label for everything.
Yeah.
There's a label for everything where we came into this world with nothing.
Yes.
And we will also go with nothing. That's why whenever people say, Sadiq, what's your vision and this and that? I'm just like, hey man, I just want to like leave this earth help to the people that I needed
Yeah.
to help, and the rest of the people can hate me or be a hater or judge me or
I
whatever.
have I
did
mean,
my
this is
best.
my particular view, but I think we are cells of a bigger body, because we, even in our physical body, we think we are this person that I'm talking, that we talking and we are, okay, the two person. But inside of our body, physical bodies, if we consider only the physical for now, there's a whole universe. There are like bacteria, 3,000, so many types of cells, each one with doing their own thing, cooperating, doing, there are, the bacteria in the guts. We are made of bacteria and virus. They are not our enemies, okay? This is basic knowledge. And instead we are trained to be scared of who we are, of what we are made of life itself. This cannot continue if we want to create a different humanity, okay? And so perception of reality creates reality. That's what I always say. So if our perception is always bombarded with conditioning, it says in English, I think, like trying to condition it, to change, to leave an imprint on what you need to believe, what you need to do, what you need to think, let's be rebel as well, if that resonates inside of us. Being rebel doesn't mean harming anybody, okay? Respect, it means the opposite. It means respecting anybody, but respecting ourselves as well.
Yeah.
And if our perception and our gut is telling us to do something, don't be afraid of doing it. Even if the word is going somewhere else, maybe you can give an example. There is I twist things because I see my perception makes me feel and perceive things differently. In my little city in Italy, they say, because if you protest against something, you are like, it's just one person, there's nothing you can do, no? Yeah. And they say you're just one walnut in a sack, how do you call it, in a bag, so you don't make noise. No, but maybe I have like a big, like a pointed, how do you call it, like a
bag of,
like as a walnut, I can be spiky.
Oh, okay.
So I can actually break the bag and do something and make a difference. Okay, go telling Gandhi about this, that he couldn't do anything. Go telling the guy that put himself in front of the carro armato. Do you say it in English? My God, is the war tank? How do you call it?
War tank. The tank, like a normal tank?
Yeah, a tank. There are so many people that as single person made a huge difference.
Yeah.
You go to, for example, that person, the black woman that went to sit on the bus while it was forbidden for black people to, and she didn't stand up. Said, no, this is for women. No, I'm going to stay here. She made a difference. They created a movement. Everything changed, and now
One person.
So we can all make the difference in a respectful way, thinking that it takes time for change to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay, I have this idea. Okay, no, I get disappointed. It didn't work. It takes the right channel, the right moment, the right people to team up with. There are so many things. Okay, sometimes you can do it by yourself, but it's also, I think, what we need to learn is also to cooperate, and that's why I'm trying to create this community here. In a world dominated by corporation and chains, and everything is exactly the same color, same thing. I'm trying to create something different, a community. It's still a business because I need to pay the bills, but what if we get together and we make it grow and we create something like an alternative for people just to come here, even to just have a tea and feel at home? Because it's so hard to feel like belonging in a place these days.
Would you believe me if I said when I walked up that stairs the first time when I met Gaia?
Yeah.
When I walked up the stairs and I came in and I just saw the lights and the space, instantly my vision just showed me like there's a whole bunch of people here. And like a year from now, this is like fall. There's your people, my people, everybody's coming. It's all the communities mixing together. And I was like, I can see it happening. I just need to meet the guy who is this guy aligned with my energy and what my vision is, or he's going to be like, nah, you're crazy, mate. It's all about money.
I'm crazy, but it's a good thing.
But it's the crazy people that change the world.
Exactly. I mean, it's not about real crazy. I can be pretty normal. I can be pretty unusual because I'm also partially an alien, I would say, from my thinking. But that's a beauty. Every one of us has their own limitations, their own qualities, their own unique things. We're all unique beings. We are all the same. We go through the same things, but we're all unique. You know, in ancient civilization, we were assigned to a profession, or for example, the Mayan or the Aztec, based on different and the energies, but also what we came here to do in align with our mission of our soul. And this is all lost nowadays. It's just like performing robot, creating robots. It's like teaching. There was like an image, like a picture circulating in social media a few years ago, no? Of different animals, like an elephant, a giraffe, like a tiger, a monkey, a squirrel. And there was like school. There was like a thing of the school. I said, okay, now today we're going to learn how to climb the tree.
Yeah.
How can I climb a tree? I'm not made for that.
No.
I may learn to hug the tree, maybe, you know, if you're an elephant, maybe you can, but I'm not going to climb. I don't need to. Why we need to be all like flat line? It's not that. That's not life.
You're right. Like the humans of today are like so genuinely just been forced to learn about a system that is not actually the most natural way of us to be the best human that we can be.
Yeah.
Like you said about the simple things like nature.
Yeah.
Like people don't even, the other day I was
because
out and I
it
just
gives
saw
you
the
back what life is really about. Well, sometimes, most of the time, we are lost in our mind.
Yeah.
For different reasons. And the main mistake is reaction.
Also loneliness. Because you could be lost in the mind, but you're by yourself at the same time.
Yeah, well, mind and emotions go together.
Yeah.
And so when there is a thought, there is also an emotion there.
For sure.
And that is the cause of most of the illness as well.
Yeah.
The physical illness. That's what I work on.
That's for part 2.
That's a part 2. Yeah, it's a big
That's a whole
topic.
other topic.
And but you know, it's if we don't recognize, if we are unable to work on our reaction and to understand where they come from, we don't do much. And there are a lot of people, and I'm sorry to say this, but they think they're spiritual just because they're doing workshops or they're reading books or they do, oh yeah, I'm doing yoga, so I'm spiritual. It's not. Being spiritual, being working on ourselves. If you're spiritual and then you react to the first thing and attack your human friend, and don't go out of the thing victim and executioner. Okay, it looks like a lot of people, everything that happens in their life is somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
It could be the government. It could be that person is a bastard. Oh, that thing. It's always someone else. They don't take they don't see their part in it. We all have a part in everything that happens to us. And sometimes things, people are assholes. That's what it is. It's you know, but it doesn't mean we don't have anything to do with that story. Maybe there's a little part. Okay?
For sure.
So it's also about making question, okay, why did this happening to me? Again, why did I react that way? I call it sort of spiritual hygiene, you know, because we are used to take a shower, you know, to brush our teeth, wash our hands, but we don't do.
We don't wash our brains.
We don't wash our brains. We don't observe that. With spiritual hygiene, I mean inner life hygiene. Okay.
Yeah.
Observing, even 5 minutes a day, find a time to revise your day and see what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you were crossing the road and somebody, I don't know, like, and that for some reason gave you anxiety or make you very angry. Why? In another circumstance, you wouldn't even notice it. So try to observe why this happened, or why that person told me that sentence and triggered me so much. So, whoa. Understanding that you were overreacting, maybe not, but let's have a look. Let's have a look what happens. Why did I feel that feeling in my gut, like, oh, that pain in my stomach? Why? Let's observe. Let's get to know each other, okay, for who we are, and then build it from there. Take it from there.
I'm just going to end it on that because I have nothing more to add.
That's our
That
responsibility, you know.
That's a beautiful ending, man. Like, it's just be human. be human and live consciously.
Be human, rediscovering that you are more than a human at the same time.
Yeah, that you actually could be an alien like him.
Well, yes.
You discover the fact that you might be
or
an
a
alien.
divine being.
Or a divine being.
Because we all are.
I love it. But man, I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful
Thank
that
you.
we both got connected. And honestly, I do see so much like alignment in energies and things that we can also partner up with MYNDtopia Prana Voice. Because it's all, at the end of the day, it's all about community. And it's all about building community together. And I don't like when people talk about competition, because I believe in collaboration, not competition.
Absolutely. You know, I do this, I say this a lot with music, because I'm an alien, I said no to a lot of opportunities to become super famous, because I like X Factor or this kind of thing. They selected me and I left. Wow. Okay, this is how crazy I am. Because to me, I was saying this off camera, being successful and being famous are two very different things. Okay, being successful means shining your light, doing what you are here to do, what your mission is, fulfilling your mission. Why am I saying this? Is because I forgot, probably. No, I'm saying this because it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Anyway, the point is, yes, music. Those things like X Factor and other similar situations are based on competition, and music is sharing. Art is sharing, and art could be anything. Yeah. Could be whatever is creative. Okay, creating a community is art. Okay, because art is part of life, because it's part of nature, and it's part of a spiritual side that we need to reconnect with. Regardless of specific religions, we all have our divine side. You can call it with different names. It's the same thing. But this is what I wanted to say. It's reconnecting with that part of ourselves that is really there to guide us as well.
Yeah.
And
first, it guides
and it's
us.
not a competition. It's a sharing experience.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
For sure.
All the rest, it's a world that is the economic world. You know, it's the one that is collapsing on itself.
Yeah.
Because it can no longer go this way.
No. Community will be the biggest word you will hear from 2026 onwards. Community, because everybody's going to just talk about stuff that's going to be AI.
There is need of connection, is need of touch. We
Sense
are the
of
only
belonging.
the only animal on this planet that don't, we should, that could be misinterpreted. We should touch
we
more.
all need hugs.
We're not hugs. It's better this way. Yeah. If you think of animals, they're grooming. They sleep on each other. It's nourishing. Okay. There's no touch. There's social distancing. There is being scared of the other. Can give me a disease. It's always constant fear of the other, of our brothers. It's not normal. Okay, this is not normal. Let's say it. Okay.
Love it.
So we need to go back step by step. Whatever you feel confidence, step by step. I understand there could be anxiety at the beginning because the way we are bombarded with this information are a lot. Can I say this? Maybe I'll be unpopular, but during COVID, I was hugging people a lot when I could. When they were like, I was creating like, let's hug all together.
Yeah.
To go, because it's ridiculous.
It was. I'm with you on that side, because during that time, that whole year, I was living my life as normal. I was going out.
Same.
I found my friends that were on the same page as me.
Yeah.
Like, you don't take it, chat.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I found my people, and I never took a single injection. I'm so much more healthier than most people I know.
We'll not talk about this now, because it's also a delicate topic, because that's what they want, to create division. They use the duality to separate us.
Of course.
Because if we fight against each other, you're no-vax, you're pro-vax, then we fight each other and nobody's fighting against them.
Exactly.
And they keep doing what they're doing. Exactly. It's divide and conquer. It's always been there.
Always fear-mongering.
So we need to get together, because when we are together, we are powerful. And that's what they are scared of.
Yeah, they're scared of the collective. Social media was proof in 2020, 2021, 2022, and all these last couple of years. And the movement that has been coming together now through community and collective, especially when TikTok started booming.
Yeah,
everybody found out things like you were mentioning before about conspiracy theories that ended up being facts and truths.
Yeah, there are conspiracies, but they're no theory. They're very practical.
Yeah, it's like whatever people believe is up to you. But at the end of the day, use your conscious brain. Use common sense, which is uncommon these days.
I love you. Can I say?